Now, the first thing that I wanted to share with you this morning is really around, the whole theme of this is around mastering your energy. Now, one of the biggest things that tends to get in the way for all of us is that we are stuck living our lives in what I talk about as being the old paradigm. The old paradigm way of living is based in fear, it's based in control, it's based in a world of shame, guilt, blame, pointing the finger. It's about being focused on what you do and creating self-esteem or false self-esteem from all of the things that you've gathered around you, of the car, the house, the money, the success, the job title that you've created. Now, the false self-esteem stuff is most of the ways that we have been demonstrated that we are supposed to create success in our lives. If we don't have the house or the car or the money, or if we don't have the amazing job title or the X number of credentials or qualifications after our name, that somehow we're kind of not worthy. Now, old paradigm ways of living are sadly the way that we have been brought up generally as a society. It's all about, if you think about what happens when you're little, what's the first thing somebody says to you? What do you want to do when you grow up? How on earth is a 4-year-old supposed to know what on earth they want to do when they grow up? How on earth is a 24-year-old supposed to know what they want to do when they grow up? As if we all have to stay focused on like one thing and only ever become one thing. We are always evolving. We're always shifting. We're always changing. We're always growing into something new. There is never going to be just one thing that you will settle on to do for the whole of your life. And if you do, you'll probably end up feeling a little bit bored. Now, the new paradigm is really about moving yourself into a place of abundance. Old paradigm is based in fear. Foundational energy of the old paradigm is fear. It's based on lack. It's based on fear. It's based on scarcity. It's based on control. And everything that I want to share with you here, little plug for the book, everything that I share with you here and in the whole of everything that we talk about with EAM is all about moving into the new paradigm. For us to create change in the world, we collectively have to learn to live our lives in a whole new way. And what that means is moving to a way of living your life from a place of flow, living your life from a place of love. It's about being at source, about creating the life you want, rather than being affected by or influenced by everything that's coming in. It's about learning to manage yourself and your energy. It's about understanding the impact that your energy has on everything and everybody else around you. So let me share with you a few ways that you can start living your life in a new paradigm. First and foremost, it is about you coming from a place of love. It's about being grounded in love in everything you do, in as many of your communications, as many of your interactions as possible. It's about believing in the abundance of everything. Now, I know some of these might sound like cliche spiritually words, but I'm trying to just give them to you as a framework, because when you start to see the wealth of everything we have around us, abundance isn't just about money. In fact, abundance is about the resources that we have. We have an abundance of so much in our lives. Whether you've got £2 in your bank account or whether you've got £2 million in your bank account, that isn't what it's about. Abundance is a mindset. Abundance is actually an energy set. It's about the way that your energy is set to see the freedom that we all have available to us. Whether you're talking about money, whether you're talking about time, whether you're talking about love, whether you're talking about support, whether you're talking about freedom, we all have access to exactly those same resources. And the only thing that stops us from being connected to them is the way that we think and the way that we feel. And using EAM, of course, you can shift both of those things, whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling that's stopping you from being connected to the source of abundance in whatever shape or form that might take. Now, one of the biggest things, everything seems like the biggest thing. Everything is the biggest thing. What am I saying? Everything is the biggest thing. But really, it's about you. The new paradigm way of being is about you coming from a place of power, about recognizing that everything you see going on around outside you is because of the way that you see, think, feel, and perceive your world. Now, I know that it is so easy to have your energy derailed by somebody else's thoughts, beliefs, emotions, patterns, things that they've got going on, asking somebody else to come in or other people coming in and kind of derailing you and your energy. And the way for you to stay grounded, the way for you to live in the new paradigm is to make sure that you stay in your power. Choose where you focus yourself, choose where you focus your energy, and don't allow anything or anyone to derail your energy by drawing your attention to the things that they want you to focus on. Your life is your life. You get to choose where you focus your energy. You get to choose how you think and how you feel. And any time you can choose to come from a place of power. Now, I am not saying that from a place of never having had a bad day or not having had my energy derailed, because it really does happen so easily. It is so easy to focus on what you see happening outside of you and allow that to become your focus. Now, the way for you to shift that is obviously for you to use the 5 steps of EAM. And I'm hoping if you're watching this video, you've probably seen something about it by now. And if not, you can come and join us at theultimateselfhelplive.com to come and find out about it. But seriously, you can choose to refocus yourself and your energy at any point. And that's always our choice and always our decision. Now, I talked a little bit earlier about the false self-esteem. The false self-esteem world or life that we create is really focused on, it's actually all about the things that you see outside. Look at my car, look at my house, look at my this, look at my that, look how much money I've got in the bank, look how happy I am, look how amazing my life is, look at blah, 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 blah. Real self-esteem comes from inside. Real self-esteem comes from that place of seriously not giving insert any swear word you would like there, about what anybody else thinks of you. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's the only thing you can ever choose to do. Now, that's not about being disrespectful of other people. That's not about disregarding what other people think and feel. But your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your love, your respect for yourself should have nothing to do with anybody else. It should have everything to do with how you think and how you feel about you. It should have everything to do with that sense of self-worth that you have inside. That is all about how you're feeling inside. And it's not about creating that, I'm just going to think positively and everything's going to be all right. La, 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 la. Because that doesn't work. That's like painting over the cracks. The way to do that is to truly release the resistance that sits behind it, to let go of the things that impact your self-worth, your confidence, your ability to stand proud of who you are and what you do, regardless of what's going on outside. That comes from learning how to shift your energy. And of course, you can do that with the 5 steps of EAM. But the reason I'm sharing that with you is because so often we're looking for other people outside of us to validate who we are, to be loved, to be liked, to be wanted. And there is never, ever, ever, ever any situation you can create in your life where you are going to please everybody else around you. The only thing that will happen if you try to do that is you're going to drive yourself into the ground, because you'll be forever bending yourself left and right, backwards and forwards, trying to keep other people happy. The only person that you need to keep happy in your life is you. You. In the same way, the only person I need to keep happy in my life, first and foremost, is me. When we come from that place, then we're in a place to be able to actually help and support the other people in our lives all around us too. It's not about being disrespectful. It's not about disregarding others or becoming selfish. It's about you coming from that place of power in everything you do, in every area of your life. And it's a far, far more exciting place to come from. Hold on one second. Now, the new paradigm. Remember, that's what we're talking about here. The new paradigm way of being is really about that creative, expressive energy, about you being in that place of creativity, of passion, of excitement, of happiness, as much as you possibly can, so that you are in your most connected flow state. I know for me, the things that make me happiest are actually sharing, teaching, and doing my energy work with clients, obviously spending time with my gorgeous little boy Kai as well. But the things that keep you in the flow state, the more you are doing that in your day-to-day life, the better your life circumstances, the better your life experience is going to be. So however you express yourself, however you allow that kind of creative side of you to come out, how can you tune into that? How can you tap into that and share it with the world in a way that is meaningful to you? Very often people are trying to create the wealth and abundance in their lives by doing something they hate. Like, we spend 30% of our lives at work. Why on earth would you want to spend 30% of your life in an out of flow state, doing something you don't love, hating getting up every day, when actually you could be getting up every day and enjoying what you're doing, even if it doesn't make you £1 million or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, creating something you don't love? It's far more important that you're actually in the flow state, doing the things that you love as much as possible. Now, I know in the real world, it's not always easy for us to just drop what we're doing and to step away from the things that we're doing. But at least start with taking the right first steps to getting there. So, responsibility. Oh my God, this one I could do an entire video about, and probably will at some point. And I do tend to get on my high horse around this. Being responsible, new paradigm way of living your life is being response-able. If I was to write it out, it would be response-able. We are all able to respond to the life that we live. Old paradigm is all about reacting in the moment to whatever life has thrown at us, and very rarely will we make the right decision from that space. New paradigm way of doing that is about you being responsible. It's about being able to respond to the things that you see because you are connected to, you are in control of your energy, which means that you are able to then choose how you respond to the circumstances outside of you. Now, again, comes back to the 5 steps of being able to let go of those negative thoughts or those limiting beliefs or those overwhelming emotions before you take any action. Before you then go and throw the baby out with the bathwater, before you go and say something to somebody you might regret a little bit later, because we've all done that at some point, before you go and take an action from a place of trying to disempower somebody or trying to control somebody or something, if you learn how to live in the new paradigm and really come from a place of response in what you do, it means that at least, even if the action you take doesn't turn out to be the right circumstances, you're not going to regret what you did a little bit later on, because you were able to make that decision from a clear, truly aligned place, rather than thinking later, oh, what did I just do? Because when we're running around from an out of flow state, that's when those kind of things happen. And again, we all do them at some point in some way, shape or form. So the last part of really, for me, living in the new paradigm is about you knowing that you are already more than enough. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. There is nothing wrong with any of us. The journey that we are all on is about expanding into a bigger version of who we are. It is about letting go of the parts of us that we've accumulated along the way that actually hold us back from being the full expansive version of who we already are. Everything that you think you want outside of you is already in you. You already have it. You already have the potential. You already have the possibility. All we need to do is find a way to unleash it, to let it out, and to let it go. And the way that you do that is, of course, by using the 5 steps of EAM to release the resistance that's currently holding you back in your energy from being able to step out and expand. You are already able to do this. All you need to do is learn to master your own energy. Now, if you missed the beginning of this video, we do have an incredible 3-day live event coming up in January. And you can find out more about it on ultimateselfhelplive.com. And at the event, I'm going to be sharing with you, you're basically going to be locked in a room with me for 3 days. Ooh, some people might think that's a good thing. Some people might be thinking that maybe not. But whether you want to come and join us live or whether you want to come and join us on the live stream, we're going to be bringing everything in this book to life. And more importantly, we're actually going to be doing the work on it at the event. This is not going to be one of those 3-day events where you're literally just listening to me talk, although I do like to talk quite a lot. We're actually going to be doing the work there at the event as well. So if you haven't yet come and explored what we're going to be doing together in January, it is about so much more than just the 3 days. We're actually going to be working together right from the beginning of January to make sure that all of those New Year's resolutions that you've possibly set in place before actually start working for you. So we're going to begin the journey on the 9th of January. We've got 2 pre-trainings before the 3-day event. And then even after the event, because I know what happens, we're actually going to be there with you with a further 2 online trainings after that event, so that we can actually help you implement everything that we're doing together over those 3 days. So basically, you're kind of stuck with me for the whole of January, which means that we can actually really get together and really truly do some work to make sure that 2019 is going to be an epic adventure for you.